Good morning everyone, so we've just been over to Eureka, which is like 25 minutes away from here, and picked up some new chickens, or they're actually pullets. They are 5 weeks old. Pretty good pen for these little fellas, so there's 20 here and they don't need a light anymore, which is pretty handy. Keep them down in that shed till they're sort of big enough, which will be, I think, in about 20 weeks, until they're almost ready to lay, and then they'll come up and just go free range with these chickens up here. So we actually have quite a lot. There's probably 50 chooks running around, which is actually quite a lot, and Dad's only getting 15 to 20 eggs a day at the moment, which isn't economical. So these are just getting on the old side. So what we're sort of planning is that once those younger ones start laying, we will get rid of most of these ones, and we've also ordered like another 20 to 30 pullets, which are the same age as those ones, in July. So the people we got them off, the Eureka Poultry Farm, they were once in egg production. It was quite a small chicken farm. I think they said they're like the smallest in the Waikato. But they had to adapt, so they actually just shut the doors because there was regulations, and they've just come in like not long now, that you've either got to have free range chickens, and I think that's either like outdoors like this or in sort of a barn style where they've got to have so much room per chicken. But a lot of the people that were in the chicken business couldn't adapt, so they could sort of see the writing on the wall and just shut the doors when they came in. Some people did and put up new buildings, stuff like that, but a lot couldn't. So New Zealand's actually in a bit of an egg shortage at the moment. But how's this for timing? So yesterday there was actually a fire at one of the chicken farms on the north side of Hamilton, I think it was, and burnt down about 4 barns, which housed 80,000 chickens roughly, and I think 50,000 died. So it doesn't help with the grand scheme of things. But the lady we got the pullets from this morning, when they went out of egg production, they just bought pullets, or day-old chickens I think they are, and she raises them through till now, and then they sell them to sort of like lifestylers and anybody that sort of wants to buy them. I'm not sure how many they buy at a time, but it must be about 500 plus. And she said that with that fire, all the chickens that she's got at the moment are sold. They do them 4 times a year, I think 4 times a year, maybe 5. And the next lot, which are sort of March or April, they're all sold too. And the lot in July, which we're getting, they're obviously not. But she said, yeah, a heap of phone calls have come in since that fire. So pretty interesting. You can't beat free range eggs though, and they're noticeably different than the ones you get at the supermarket. But Mum sells them to people out of work, and we can't keep up at the moment, so we probably should have got a few more than we did, but at least once the ones in July, or we get some more in July, it should help out. Come on, Ed. Come on. Got a couple of lame cows at the moment, so I've actually looked at their feet. I've looked at that one, couldn't find anything. The other one I had a look at, she's got a bit of a bad stone bruise. So I've just kept them around the shed here so they don't have to walk too far, but just bring some PK and maize up for them. Come on, Ed. Come on. I sort of forgot we were herd testing in the morning, but all the gears turned up. Haven't had any nice sunrises for a while. It's just another overcast sort of a day. Come on in.
Foden Barrett can definitely do that. He's a incredibly talented individual.
Real quick comment on the coaching decision and when the NZ appoint a coach before or after the World.
Another one done and dusted, so I've only got one more to go in April, and that is the 4 of them tidied up. But it's not too bad, it's just a little bit of a pain milking with those droppers, but the information's good. We also had a little bit of a good news last night, and that was the milk auction. So as a country, we produce 2% of the world's milk production, which is not much really in the scheme of things. But then on an export basis, we produce about 30% that is exported, or milk products, so it's quite a bit there. And last night the auctions went up 3% on average, which is awesome because they had been falling for quite a long time, so it's just good to see a little bit of a lift there. I'm not quite sure what that means, but just hopefully our milk price doesn't drop any further than it has. Another cool thing is that we actually caught up to last year's production about a week ago, so we're ahead now, and we're actually quite a bit ahead for the month, I think like 18%. But we were always going to, because this time last year it was seriously brown out there and starting to get pretty dry, so it was sort of always just a case of when, but it is nice to be ahead now. It's actually the next day now, and Holly's dad John is over at the moment. He brought over his trailer, so I'm going to make a start with these calf pens and going to fill the trailer up with as much sort of wood chip as I can. I have made a little bit of a start over there, so we'll just sort of take all the bulk stuff, and then I might get him to come back another time and we'll go around the edges and sort of scrape that away. So I'll just mainly do the middle today though. Well, that's the easy part done. It's quite hard scraping this sandy floor. It'd be easier if it's concrete, but however, now I just need to go around with a shovel and just sort of get all the stuff off the edges like that, which shouldn't take too long, but then that'll clean it up nicely. And good load there. Beautiful. Bit of mulchy fertiliser for the avocados. All covered, ready to go. It's just an old silage wrap here, so the sort of wood chips don't fall out and fly off when John's driving home. And then a bit of plywood on top to sort of guide where the ropes are to tie it all down. Dad's been plodding away in here today though, because we've got a new milk lift pump. It's a new old one, yes. It is exactly the same, but it doesn't make a banging sound anymore. Just hope it doesn't really leak in the morning. There's the old one, so you can see they are identical. Twin header milk lift pump. These are the arms that sort of go back and forth, and then there's a diaphragm in there that goes like that, which creates a bit of a suction. There's a big bearing in here. You can see, well, that one's got a lot of play, but it was making a knocking sound. I think that's where it came from, but they can't fix them anymore. It was Imperial. And Dad said before he doesn't even know if they make metric ones anymore either. If you're building a new shed today, you would not put one of these in. These are pretty old school. You'd go with the centrifugal milk lift pump, which are out in the pit there, and they sort of, it's variable speed, so the more milk that comes in, the faster they pump. We were gonna try and get one this year, but we couldn't, so it's on the list for next season now. We're still going to keep this one as a backup though, because the other two that we've tried previously, they both failed and we had to put that one back in, so we're not going to throw it out just yet. How are these little fellas doing? They look pretty happy in there, don't they? Even perching on the bits of wood over there. But that'll pretty much do it for this video, guys, so thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome, and apart from that, see you next time.